And the question I'm going to pose back to you is, why is having someone else doing your bookkeeping giving up control? She's moved on from tracking her expenses on an Excel spreadsheet because it was too time consuming. She has the Wave app. However, it's still confusing and still not sorted correctly. What do we do with this mess? And when is it time to hire a bookkeeper? And she's scared of giving up control. So that piece is probably the most common reason why business owners continue to fight with Wave or Xero or QuickBooks or FreshBooks, is they don't want to give up control. And that's where, interviewing a few different bookkeepers to see who you sync with. So instead of you just saying, oh, you're a bookkeeper, great. Now it's, okay, you're a bookkeeper. That's the minimum bar. Now we're going to start asking these other questions. As far as the Wave app itself, as with almost any free tool, it's limited in what it can do, but it also isn't that much better or worse than QuickBooks or Xero or some of the paid options that are out there. Where I would say that you're not giving up control is you should still be reviewing what that bookkeeper is entering. You should still be, looking at your reports and saying, that expense amount this month is really high. What could possibly be in there? Because I know I didn't spend that much in that category. And again, that's part of that evolution as well, because as your business is starting and growing, sometimes you're funding the business out of the personal accounts and you're like, I want to capture those. And the accountant or bookkeeper is like, no, you need to transfer money into the business account and pay for stuff there. And we're human. Sometimes we pull the wrong card. So, again, that's that dialogue of like, hey, these transactions on my personal account are business expenses. So I need to and want to account for those because they're valid business expenses. I just happen to pay them out of my personal account. And knowing the potential ramifications of those things, you're the business owner. It's not like they're signing an opinion at the end of the year, like, oh, we have done these books and they are perfect and pristine. And we're taking the information that the business owners provided us and our years of expertise, combining those together to come up with, what this is. And that's obviously going to be used for a tax return, which then you and the tax preparer are signing that, it's true, correct. So yeah, communication is huge. And bookkeepers in a lot of cases don't like to communicate. They want to be in a dark room and just, classify transactions all day and be left alone. So as business owners, it's on us. And that's where the control piece comes in of saying, this is important to me. I want to understand it. I want to know what it is that is showing in here, because I'm either going to have to pay more or less taxes if something is classified incorrectly. So if that expense is left out, I'm paying more taxes than I should. If that income is left out, I'm paying less taxes than I should. And potentially the IRS is going to come back because that income got reported from, say, Stripe. And now I haven't reported all of my income. They're going to be like, well, why are you doing that? What else are you hiding? And, creating more and further stress, from that landscape. So, you're at the right point to have a bookkeeper helping you. If you've moved from Excel to, even Wave, and it doesn't have to be all the time. It could be on a consultative basis where when you have questions, maybe it's you're doing it yourself. And you're like, okay, let me ask questions of the bookkeeper to be like, how should this stuff be classified? And, the other side of it is you want to just get it off your plate because it's too time consuming for you. Okay, put it onto their plate. But then again, make sure that there's time built in for that discussion of kind of the end result, or even before the end result of, hey, these transactions as a bookkeeper, these don't make sense to me. Like, why are you spending money here? What is this? And again, it's not necessarily that they're judging it. It's just that they don't know, or maybe it's a new, expense that hasn't showed up before. And they're just like, I just want to, put this in the right spot. And then if it's going to be a recurring type of expense, I want to make sure that going forward, it's, it's put into the right spot.